In today's video, we are checking out a mod that turns Minecraft into an all-out war, with a bunch of unique weapons, tactical gear, and some of the craziest vehicles I've ever seen. So let's just jump straight into it. Now don't get me wrong, there is an absolute ton of different weapon mods, gun mods, army mods, anything you can think of. But it feels like the mod I'm going to be showing today times all those by 10. So let me show you what I mean by that. And we're going to be starting out with weapons that aren't too crazy, then they go a little bit crazier, and then just absolutely insane. But before we jump into the weapons or the vehicles themselves, I do want to show you guys these two armor sets behind me. And already you can tell on these mannequins that the detail for these is just ridiculous. Like, they've even got like individual like mag pockets. Look at that. Got the visor on the helmet. And yeah, so far these are the only two that are actually in the mod. So you've got like the classic sort of like forest camo right here. Almost looks like a bomb-proof vest with the amount of armor plating that's on this. And then you also get a desert-styled camo one right here as well. And as far as armor goes in different mods, this one is pretty damn good. And even the stats of the armor speak for themselves. And honestly, I'm hoping they bring out like some sort of ghillie suit, because if this is this detailed already, like imagine what a ghillie suit would look like with this detail. So enough yapping about the armors. We're going to be talking about some of the weapons here. So we've got a knife, a hammer, a crowbar, which is actually used for something else, which we'll get into in a minute, and a taser. And to test out these weapons, this mod does actually come with its own sort of like target practice right here. So if I was actually to hit this one right here, it will actually tell you the damage that you've done and the distance that you are from the target itself. So if I move back a little bit, the distance will go up, but the damage will remain pretty much the same. And it's pretty much the same with all these other weapons right here that all have different like attack speeds right here. And the target will actually fall down once you actually like kill it in a way. Just so you know how many hits it will take. We've got the sledgehammer here as well, which if I actually hover over it, it does 12 attack damage, so in a crit, it'll probably do like 15 or 18. Yeah, there you go, 18 damage. Look at that. So yeah, you don't mess around with the guy with a sledgehammer. And for our last basic weapon... Well, the defenses are working. So for our last basic weapon, we have the taser, which as you can imagine, if we shoot this, there we go. It's actually going to give him some effects right there. And basically just tase him. But what I thought was really, really cool about this taser is that if you actually shoot it at the floor, you actually get the two taser prongs like in real life, which is, I mean, that attention to detail is ridiculous. So we'll actually keep hold of the crowbar right here, because like I said, it does have another use, but let's move on to something a bit more explosive, which in this barrel right here, we have some of the explosives that you can expect to have in this mod. We have like the grenade right here, another type of grenade, a claymore, and some C4. And from what I can tell, the actual like effects of when these blow up is custom as well. Like, it doesn't look like regular explosions. Like, check this out. I don't know, there's like a screen shake and everything. And yeah, that was just one singular grenade that does that. We have the RGO grenade right here, which I'm not too sure what it is. It might be a sticky. Oh no, it just blows up straight away on impact. Okay. We have the claymore right here, which you actually just like pop out like that. And even more detail with this, you actually get the text that says front towards enemy right on the front of it. So if a villager was like right there, then obviously they're all gonna blow up. And like I said, the explosions for this, they just keep getting bigger and bigger. We have the C4 right here, which actually sticks to stuff. Look at that. When you throw it, it actually, oh my god, it's basically like the Rainbow Six but in Minecraft at this point. So you can put down basically as many as you have, and then you pull out the detonator right here. So you got to stand back a little bit and then hit that. Oh my god. Yeah, you see what I mean about the damage? Like, it's just gonna keep getting worse. That was about 7, so let me just try one. Let me see what this is like. So if you wanted to break into somebody's house and do it in style, why not try out the C4 breach technique? It works every time. And along with these explosives right here, we also get access to a drone right here. And this is actually one of my favorite things in this mod. So if we pop that down there, even when you hover over it, it sort of tells you how many meters it is away from you. So there you go. If I walk all the way back here, 11.3. But if we go closer, obviously, it'll be like 1.9 or something like that. So on its own, it doesn't really do anything. I mean, you can sort of just like run over it, nothing crazy. But you're going to need one of these monitors right here. And all you have to do is right click. And there you go, you're connected. So now, there we go. Look at this like UI as well. This is so sick. Even has like a little zoom feature right there that you can see. It's got its health, its distance, and even an ammo count as well. So as you can expect here, this can be used for all sorts of like recon right here. Even when you're flying it around, it feels like super cool. We get a warning if we go too far out of range right there. But like I said, this is really good for like recon. Like if you're like spying on somebody, this is definitely one of the coolest ways to do it. I mean, it's actually insane. And it also highlights nearby targets as well. So you can see there you go. It's actually like targeting these two targets right there, and even me as well. Just be careful when you're flying it, because sometimes, yeah, they're not the strongest thing in the sky. So if you do crash it, you're probably going to have to make a new one. So I've seen the armor, the basic weapons, the explosives, and the drone as well. So let's get a little bit more serious when it comes to weapons, which is why in this barrel right here, we have a selection of a bunch of different weapons that we can have in this mod. And those are just the ones that I picked out for the video to show you guys, but there's actually about double that. So I'll let you guys play around with those. And as you can see, when you have these weapons equipped right here, they do actually come with their own little UI. So at the bottom right there, it tells you what weapon it is. So this one is the Glock 18. It tells you what ammo it needs, and as well as the ability to actually change firing mode. So we can go from full auto, or we can go single fire right there. One bullet basically does like 8 damage each time. That is insane. We have a Vector right here as well, and again, the models of this just look so sick. It's basically like Call of Duty in Minecraft at this point. And again, yeah, these are pretty deadly. We have the AK-47 right here, absolute classic. And even when you're sprinting with these things, you actually do like a tactical sprint like this, and a little stamina bar pops up as well, so you can't actually sprint forever, so I like that. We have a Mosin right here, basically a sniper. And obviously a headshot is going to just wipe anything out in one shot right there. And it even has a little kill feed. And for the last weapon on this batch right here, we have the Sentinel, which is literally something straight out of a sci-fi film. And this just fires like pure energy. Look at this. But yeah, the animations and everything on this just looks so sick. So now we're moving on to the really hard hitters, which involve a minigun right here, which actually like winds up right there. And yeah, as you'd imagine, these are just getting insanely powerful at this point. We have an M79, which is actually a grenade launcher, which I think does environment damage. Let's have a look. It does. And with the amazing sort of like thunk sound. Here we go. And the last two weapons right here are probably some of my favorites, especially this next one, because I've never actually seen it in a weapon mod before. And that one is the Javelin right here. Look at this thing. And if you've ever played Call of Duty or any sort of like FPS games with a Javelin involved, you'll know that you actually have to like aim in right here. Look at this HUD. It looks so good. And as you see right there, I actually highlight nearby like entities. So we've got these two villages right here. And then to use it, all we need to do is just hold that down for the lock. There it is. And yeah, it's pretty instant. And the final weapon we have right here, which is by far my favorite out of all of them, is the bow right here. Look how detailed this thing is. It's actually insane. This just puts like the basic vanilla bow at shame, honestly, on like every level possible. You even get like a little red dot sight. And there you go. This is probably like the most satisfying weapon I've ever seen in Minecraft. Like if you've ever played Far Cry and you know the bow in that and how satisfying it is to use that, this is pretty much the same thing. And I'm actually curious to see how much damage this does. Let's have a look on the target right here, straight in the middle. Oh my, wait, what? Okay, I can't do maths, but that is a lot of damage. 90 damage. That was 90 damage from one singular arrow right there. Okay. So there's a little look at some of the weapons that you might expect to find in this mod, but where this mod actually shines is the vehicles themselves. And this is where the crowbar comes back in handy, because you'll actually have these crates right here that you just place down, and then you won't actually be able to sort of unlock them any other way, so you do actually need a crowbar for this. And when you hover over it, it'll give you sort of like this green sort of square, letting you know which box you are actually going to unlock. So if we go ahead and do that, and there we go. Now we've got our own giant turret ready to go. Like thinking about it now, if you built like a giant like warship with Create or something with this mod involved, like you'd basically be completely unstoppable. And these aren't just for looks, because if we right click them, yep, we can actually control them. This just completely turns Minecraft into a warfare game, I swear. And with this one in particular, we get two weapons. We get this one right here. Oh my God. And we also get this one as well. And I'm not too sure what the difference is between these two, but either way, you definitely don't want to be on the receiving end of one of these. And say you did place one of these crates in the wrong spot, all you have to do is just go up to it, crouch, right click. There you go, straight back in your pocket. So that was already a giant step up from the normal weapons. But what about if we were to go a few levels up from that? Which is where we get an Annihilator energy cannon, which, as you can see right there, completely flattened me. And this thing barely even fits in the base right there. And yeah, this is definitely the next level up from that turret. Like the scale of this is actually insane. Like if you were to have this on top of like your base or something, it's going to need to be a pretty big base to house one of these. And just like before, we can right click. This thing takes a while to rotate. So let's have a look how destructive this is. So one shot from the energy cannon right there basically nearly wiped out the whole bottom floor of this building. And yeah, just a warning, if you are going to download this mod in your world, just be careful because it's very easy to destroy stuff. So let's slow things down a little bit here. Let's try out the speedboat, which is really cool. And obviously there isn't any water around, so it's not really going to go anywhere. But just like before, you do have a weapon on the top that you can actually fire. And this speedboat right here can actually carry up to 5 people. So if you're doing a raid on somebody's base that was in the water, this is probably one of your best choices right here. Up next, we also have a lav right here, LAV. These look so sick. Like, this is so cool. And I have to say it again, but the models for these just look super good. Like, they've nailed the mix between like realistic and also Minecrafty, which I think takes like a hell of a lot more effort. Definitely super impressed by these models right here. And by jumping in this thing, we can control the turret on top. And you even have like a little directions thing right there at the bottom as well to let you know which direction you're actually facing. So you get a 20mm cannon right here, as well as just a 7.62 sort of machine gun. And this can also house 5 of your teammates as well. And for the last vehicle I want to show you guys, we have one of the coolest looking vehicles I think I've ever seen in Minecraft. Look at this. The AH-6 little bird right here. That is so cool looking. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely not going to be able to fly this thing. So you have been warned. All right, let's hop into this thing. Let's give this thing a go. And as you'd expect, this helicopter does have a lot more going on screen right here. Some of which I honestly have no clue what it means. But let's give this a go. Okay, whoa, okay, this is quick. Okay, maybe if I go into this view, it would be a lot better. Oh! All right, here we go. We're going to start in this view right here. Oh my God. We just need to go straight up. Oh my God, this thing is so quick moving. Like this is going to take a lot of practice. Like there's no way. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to fly one of those things. But so that's going to cut it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, comment, or even subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments how good I am as a helicopter pilot. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.